Good afternoon, everybody. This is a speed date, so we're going to get through this as quick as we can. We've got about 8 or 9 minutes. My name is Gino Cascio. I'm the GM of Mobile, LG Mobile. I'll introduce you quickly to the team. Brad Reed, Phil, and Angus. Angus is our newly appointed head of marketing. What we're going to do is just go through really quickly, and there are some devices there. Please take the initiative to pick them up and have a play. To go through some features and benefits, and we've got pricing, etc. We're going to have some questions at the end, but I'm sure you're all very aware that this is not our first Nexus device. We've done 4, we've done 5, and this is now 5X, so we're really, really happy to be working with Google again, and we're really, really proud of this particular device. I'm going to pass you on to Brad to go through all the bells and whistles, and we'll get to the questions at the end. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Gino. So I'm sure by now you've got some familiarity with the product. You've probably read a couple of reviews, and you've had a bit of a shallow dive into the tech from the previous session. So trying not to bore you too much by going over the same territory. First thing we wanted to go through is just give you a bit of view of where we see the product landing as far as our customer base. So having had heritage in this area, it's great to know that we've already got an installed base of fanboys out there that are itching for this thing. If you've had a Nexus 5, the first thing you're going to do is jump on a Nexus 5X, right? So you know the product. So we're pretty comfortable with the fact that we've got a good audience already in that group. Increasingly what we're seeing is that there's those people that just jump on whatever is the latest and greatest as far as technology goes. So there'll be some of those guys who will jump on this product. The ones that we're really interested in, I think, are the next two. The guys that are becoming more welded onto Android. So there's obviously an operating system battle going out there in the marketplace. This is Google's part of Google's effort to secure a whole heap of customers to the Android operating system, and we are seeing people become very familiar with what Android offers in terms of its customization, its great search functionality, and obviously Marshmallow adds to that. So the younger audience in particular, I think, are becoming quite savvy around operating systems and what they variously offer. And then last but not least is those pragmatic buyers, those that want just an absolute bulletproof piece of hardware, and LG's been well known in that regard. Build great pieces of hardware, latest software, but also gives you a product that just simply works, and you'll always get the latest updates in terms of security and operating systems. So at a fantastic price. So I think there's going to be a big audience out there for the first time for Nexus products as people become more familiar with them and what they offer. So we really see the Nexus opportunity starting to grow over the next 12 months or so. There's been some discussion already around cameras. The last iterations of the Nexus product haven't been known for their camera strengths. Cameras have come a long way in the last 12 months in terms of what they can do in a smartphone. To the point now where some smartphone cameras can actually rival digital SLRs. So it was absolutely critical that a really good camera got put into this particular product, and that's what's happened. 12 megapixel camera, as we have mentioned, that's sort of nothing outstanding these days in the flagship device. What is different is what we've done with the camera sensor itself. So the pixel sizes have been enlarged in the sensor, lets in more light, so that in the 80% of shots that people take, have a low light photography experience, and the results are going to be much better in terms of brightness and clarity. So the overall user experience will be improved with the quality of the camera. Some extra bells and whistles, so now you can take 4K video for those people who are really into their high quality, high definition video capture and then playback on 4K capable TVs. This phone is going to be able to do that for you. And then the nice, new add-on feature of being able to play back in slow motion. We saw the video up there previously, which I think is pretty cool. And we've actually been using this ourselves. So my son's cricket training, for example, capturing the boys practicing their bowling, playing it back in slow motion and trying to correct their bowling action has been really quite fun to do. So that's sort of the new camera features that are coming along. No secret that the sensor on the back of the phone has been included. So fingerprint sensor on this one is quite exceptional in terms of how quickly it opens the phone. It's really, really quite quick. Incredibly accurate, so once you set it up, it's basically faultless. Haven't had any issues at all with it, so it's a really good experience. So for those people that want to get away from doing swipes and password input, that sort of thing, the fingerprint sensor is definitely a good option. Where it's positioned, the heritage from LG has been that we've gone for some time now, having the buttons on the back of the phone right in the centre, right where your index finger falls. So placing the sensor on the back of the phone is also a logical place. That works really well. The other thing that they've done in this, which is quite clever, is you can have multiple people register their fingerprints. So if you and your wife want to use the same phone or have access to the same phone, you can do that. But you can also do your left and your right index finger. So if you've got your hands full and you pull your phone out of your pocket, you can always use your left hand.
How many fingerprints can you have at the same time?
We're trying to work that out at the moment. I think it's more than 2, but we don't know how many more.
Right.
We were trying to do a Google search on that earlier, but we couldn't get to the bottom of it.
Sure, I'm sure it's several though.
Yes, yes. Type C charger, so you'd probably be aware that that's coming. Whilst it does provide some inconvenience to people who have got old chargers, the advantage around this is that obviously it's easy to use. There's no sort of right side and wrong side when you're plugging it in. It enables fast charging, so for the 5X, you get up to 4 hours battery time out of a 10-minute charge, which if you press for time or you've forgotten to charge your phone and you desperately need a bit of usage time, that's actually a pretty good facility.
But it does have a Type A charger in the box as well, right?
No.
Right.
No, it only works with Type C. So
Do you have an
that's-
adapter cable though from C to?
I believe they are. I haven't seen one
Okay.
yet, but I understand that they are.
Yeah, I mean, Huawei's supposed to have both in the box.
Yeah, we're only putting one in the box,
Sure.
no Type C in the box.
What about wireless charging, out of curiosity? Do you support
So
that?
no wireless charging built into these
Okay.
at the moment. So NFC is built in, but not wireless charging.
But it would be slower than the Type C charging anyway.
What's that? The old one.
Wireless.
Oh, wireless. Yeah,
Yeah, it would be
markedly slow. Yeah.
Can I just ask on the camera with the slow-mo function, is that a post-shoot, like is that an edit function or is that like
No, it's
an
just a
actual
playback
feature
function.
on the phone?
So you record in 7. I'm just trying to think of the frames now. I can get those for you afterwards. I think it's something like 30 frames per second at 720p, and then when you play back, you get the choice to play back in slow mo.
Okay, so but you'd have to film it at 30 frames per second.
Yes, yeah, you got to frame it. Yeah, you got to record it at 30 frames per second
Thanks.
at a lower
Frame
resolution.
rate. Yeah, resolution.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because the frame rate goes up and your resolution goes down, so that you can capture the slow mo. Usage scenarios. So we're seeing out of the battery around 9 hours of continuous video playback from a full charge. So that's one indication in terms of what sort of battery length you get out of a 2700 milliamp hour battery. In terms of a heavy user, someone who's using Facebook and social media continuously, calling, SMSing, watching a bit of video, you'll get in excess of 14 hours in a day. So before you need to get to the point where you've got to charge it, so down to around 10% battery life after that period of time. So easily get you through a full day, fairly heavy usage.
Sorry, a full working day or a full?
Working day, I'd say. Yeah. It's a long working day if you're doing 14 hours. A couple of other features. So polycarbonate on the back, Gorilla Glass 3 on the front, 2700 milliamp hour battery as I mentioned. Does have a full HD screen and it's an LG IPS screen, so you get really good clarity and some lovely viewing angles. And I think we're just about to get punted out, so last one we wanted to go through is just the channels in terms of where it's going to be available. So the product's available as a operator exclusive through Telstra, so you see it on their normal postpaid plans, and then outright through JB Hi-Fi and Harvey Norman. Product will be on sale in retail channels from next Tuesday.
Sorry, after you.
I was supposed to be a few years before we get a 4K OLED screen on a Nexus.
Yeah.
So the trade-in option, is that for other Nexus users only, or is that for any other Android phone?
Any handset.
Any handset.
Any
you want,
handset.
You can take an iPhone if you like.
Yeah.
Trade it.
What about a dodgy old Nokia?
Pardon?
That's fine, as long as it's actually valuable and it's got a resale
No.
value, then
No.
fine.
Ah, okay, so not a dodgy old Nokia.
No, exactly right.
Interesting.
Feels really nice.
Really light, nice and handy. Really light in the pocket.
Yeah, it's really light.
Oh, yeah, it is light.
It's really different to
There
this.
you
I think security's
You're
gone,
going to get
guys.
shuffled out, unfortunately, guys. But we'll be
Unfortunately.
around. I think they're having a get together.
Go back upstairs, you can play with the boss upstairs.